We go. All right. What's happening out there, guys? Will Ripley here with Campfire Guitar Star. Got a great lesson lined up for you. Not only are we going to learn a classic track, Old Man by Neil Young, one of my favorite Neil Young songs, but also, as you probably noticed, I'm playing chords, but I'm doing all this kind of fancy stuff with them and making them sound really kind of more complex than they are. So that's kind of a cool thing, and it's a great thing that you can just mess around with if you're just watching TV, playing guitar. It's just fun little ditties that you can do with your chords. But also when you start integrating these little ditties into the chords, into the songs that you're playing, then you're gonna see for yourself how it's more exciting to play, and it just sounds more interesting for your listeners. It's just, yeah, it'll just get you pumped up on some of these basic chords. So we could kind of turn, you know, something like, or something basic, like when you're just kind of locking down a strum pattern, and your left hand just doing nothing. Well, you can do all these cool little things like pull-offs, hammer-ons, and then a mixture of the two. Okay, and all this kind of stuff. So do drop me a comment because we are live. It's Live Lesson Wednesday here at Campfire Guitar Star. So drop me a comment. Let me know that you're alive out there. Let me know, I don't know, what kind of guitar you have, where you are at in the world. Do let me know, guys. I'm curious to know what's up. Let me know what song you're working on. Just something, tell me something about yourself and something about guitar. How about that? So yeah, let me know what you're working on. Maybe are you working on a new song? Are you working on soloing? Are you working on a riff, a particular solo, a particular lick? Do let me know. Let me know that you guys are out there. And let's just hop right into it. I see a couple of people on the call. Darlene, how's it going? And Robert Cron, some familiar names and some familiar faces. Good to see you guys. Cool. All right, guys. So look, let's just hop right into this and let's just get some of the basic chord structure happening for the song right out the gate here. And hopefully everybody's here because it's already 5 minutes in. So here we go. So the chords to Neil Young's Old Man, all right? One of my favorite tunes. So we'll talk about the intro here in a minute, but let's kind of go over the core part of this song. So, of course, we've got a D major chord, all right? So pretty standard stuff, you know, and you're gonna get the most out of this lesson if you kind of know some of these chords already. But just do your best, see if you can kind of look at my fingers, just place your fingers in these particular order, and just make note of what chord I'm saying out loud. So that's just a note for you beginners out there. So anyways, so D major, okay, we've got an F major, and this one, speaking about beginners, this one is probably the most challenging beginner guitar chord because you got to cover the top two strings with one finger. And yeah, a lot of people just struggle with this one. Anyways, just maybe take a note where my thumb is. You can see that my fingers are vertical off the frets, and you can always just double check into your chords by arpeggiating the notes. So that means just playing them one note at a time, like playing the notes from a chord one at a time. So there's your F major. Okay, next chord is C major. Okay, so really similar to the F major, as you can see. Really, there's an anchor finger here. If you ever heard that term, anchor. So meaning that it stays in the same spot, right? So there's your anchor finger from the F major over to the C. However, the high E string is now open, right? So it does have to shift a little bit. You're like, I'm talking about your first finger. Okay, and then we've got a G major. And if you caught the lesson, the live lesson that I did last week, we were talking about Hotel California. And there's this C to G switch there, which you can do a couple different ways. So let's talk about that C to G, okay? Because I tend to do it this way right here. So speaking about kind of anchor fingers and similarities between chords, well, I love to go like this. Boom, bump those guys over, and then just add my pinky finger, okay? And this will make more sense because when we talk about some of these licks, it's a great little lick that you can do with your G major chord. So that's kind of cool. If we go from the F, you see that this third and second finger just kind of plunk up closer and closer to the ceiling, one step at a time. So we've got F to C to G. And of course, we got to make a couple of little adjustments there, but that's kind of cool that the third and second finger, again, are just moving a step up towards the ceiling. Okay? And hey, that kind of sounds musical, doesn't it? Classic chords right there, baby. Okay, so if we talk about those three chords, the only one that we got to add in is that D major, okay, for Old Man's Neil Young, okay? What's up, Darren? I see you on the call there. So, again, the chords for Neil Young's Old Man, you're going to get 2 beats for each one of these chords. So, however fast you can switch these chords, you can actually just take it one strum at a time, but just tap your foot twice, okay? Strum each chord once, but tap your foot twice. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, right? 1, 2, and just cycle through those chords. Why don't you go ahead and take that for yourself? And maybe you can keep up with me. That's the problem with these one-sided lessons is I can't see or hear you. But yeah, just keep that cycling however fast you can do it. Maybe it's got to be a little slower. Okay? Now speaking about these one-sided lessons, we actually do one-on-one webcam lessons. Okay? So then that way, and Mike B from Campfire Guitar Star handles all those, but it's cool because he can see you and hear you and make adjustments. So anyways, of course, I've got to do my best here alone in my studio, but I know you're there with me. Anyways, so we've got that progression, and there's just one little tweak. You go D, F, C to G, as you know, but then the second time through, D, F to C, skip the G, go back to the F, okay? Let's try that. So let's just cycle that. So we've got D, F, C, G, and then we've got D, F, C, F, okay? Ready? Go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and back. 1, 2. Okay, so wicked song. I love this one. All right, so let's just take that little bit right there and hop right into some chord tricks. So, you know, we were talking about this last week on the Hotel California live lesson, and let me know if you joined me for that lesson and what you thought. It was just very, you know, I didn't think that it would be much of a lesson, really. I don't know, but it seemed that a lot of people got some good tips out of that one, and it seemed to go really well. And so we're talking about the same thing about kind of trusting your own musical intuition. Okay. So trusting your own musical intuition. So you've been listening to music your whole life, okay? And let me know if you remember me talking about this last week. You've been listening to music your whole life, okay? And I'm guessing that if you're chilling with me right now, like you are, that you love music. It gets you fired up. It makes you feel something. It makes you want to do something, like learn how to play it for yourself, or you go to rock shows and all that kind of stuff. So I know music is really inspiring to you, and it always has been. And when you're figuring out rhythm and trying to string chords together, the one thing that you can do for yourself is trust yourself. Trust your intuition. Trust your own musical intuition. Okay, so because instead of trying to figure out the downstrokes and the upstrokes and overcomplicating it, try to trust your internal rhythm, right? Your internal sense of music, and let that kind of flow out naturally. So if you know the tempo of the song, okay, and what that means is just kind of finding the heartbeat of the song. So if we think about Neil Young's Old Man, we got something along, if you could just hum it in your head for a second, like, oh man, take a look at my life, I'm a lot like you. Okay, so that will get you the tempo, right? The BPM, beats per minute, okay? So whatever the beats per minute that is, probably around 80, okay? So it's about 80 beats per minute, something like that, okay? So once you get that heartbeat, and I've already kind of given it away here, but we got 1, 2, 1, 2, right? That cycle that we're just practicing. And then as you know, we go D, F, C, back to F. Well, when you're trying to figure out a strum pattern to go with that, now's the time. You got the tempo, you got the chords, so let's just start adding in a little bit more strumming, and you don't have to overcomplicate it. Again, just trust yourself and trust your own musical intuition. So it might sound something like this. So I don't know if you can tell, but I'm basically doing a different strum pattern for every single chord. Okay, I mean, certainly we can figure out something in common. We can probably go down, down, up, down, 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 up. Okay, so down, 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 up on each one of those chords. Okay, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down, down. If you've caught some of my chord strumming and chord switching lessons, you'll know that the secret to changing chords is to lift off your fingers on that last upstroke. And I cover that in full in my 5-minute guitar system. And you can get that whole program for free and the book for free. You just have to cover shipping for the book. Anyway, so I cover that in depth in that. So if you don't have access to that system, make sure you get it. You can find all that info over at campfireguitarstar.com. But the point is that when you're getting that last upstroke, okay, so we talked about down, 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 up as a potential strum pattern for you. Well, what you want to do is fly those fingers off and get to the next chord in time for the next downstroke. So in slow motion, what that would look like is this. So we got down, 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 up. Literally strumming open strings, okay? And that's the secret mind-boggling trick to switching chords. So down, 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 up, open strings, randomness, but it only happens for a split second, and it just allows you that ability to get to the next chord in time. So leaving early, getting there on time, okay? Rules of life, right? Leave early, get there on time. So we're leaving the D chord early to get to the F chord on time. And the only way that we're going to get to that F chord right on that downstroke or right on time is if we leave the other chord early, okay? So check it out. So we got and it goes along with every single one of those chords. So nice and slow, here we go. Down, 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 up, 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 C, back to F. So there's a potential strum pattern for you, right? Down, 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 up, okay? But when I approach this song, I just kind of trust my musical intuition and my sense of rhythm, which we all have, and I know you have it too because you've been listening to music your whole life and you love it. So I might just kind of take that structure and that rough outline of the rhythm and just kind of add some extra strums maybe, and you don't always have to add extra. Okay, you can also take strums away from that and it can have just as much impact and sound just as powerful. So again, we got that basic strum pattern, we got that outline for changing chords, okay? And then you can just start using your sense of rhythm to make it sound musical. One strum on that last one, right? Okay, so you can see that I use some examples of both adding extra strums and also just doing one strum on that one chord, right? So use your musical intuition. I know I've said that phrase like 10 times, but that's kind of how I talk sometimes, is I say the same thing over and over. I guess I'm a little bit mental. I don't know. Anyways, I see some more people on the call. What's up, guys? Darren, Bulb Lover, Rick Noakes, and Robert says, awesome book. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. Cool. Hey, Brenda. How's it going? All right, guys. So is that making sense so far? We've got the chords to Old Man's Neil Young. We got some rhythm, some basic rhythm, but also trusting your musical intuition. See, there's that sentence again that I keep on repeating. So use your musical intuition. And then, so we got those chords. Now let's talk about how we can take something basic. So once you get that basic foundation down, how do we make it sound flashy? How do we make it sound cool? How do we make it sound badass? How do we make your listeners be like, ooh, damn, that sounds good, dude? You know, how do we do that? Well, a big part is hammer-ons and pull-offs and adding notes and removing notes. And basically, but what I mean by removing notes is sometimes you can go like this. So let's just start with each chord, and I'll show you all these flashy techniques that you can do with each chord. All right. So check this out. If you actually take away a finger, take away your second finger, give the middle finger to the floor, not to anybody else, just the floor. Boom. Pop up that second finger. It may feel like you're taking away a string. However, with that added high E string ringing free with no fretted note, it ends up becoming a D sus2. So it becomes almost a totally different chord. It still, is intact in that sense that it's very much a D chord, but we change a D major to a D sus2, okay? And so there's the first chord trick that you can always add to your D major. Make it a D sus2. Boom. Okay? Now check this out. If you add that finger back on, just try and mess around with that, a couple strums. Okay, you can hammer onto that or pull off. Okay, are you hearing that? It's starting to sound flashy already. Okay, and then you can do some stuff with your right hand. So instead of strumming the whole chord, maybe you want to strum, but then just pick that one note. Right? So much that you can do that just adds this whole other layer of kind of funness to excitement to your playing, just with that one note. Okay, so but we got tons more to go. So here we go. So there's an example. So now add on your pinky finger to make this chord a D sus4, and you can do the same kind of thing. Okay, this is a great one. So again, hammer-ons. You can just play that chord. You can do pull-offs. But my favorite is to combine those two together, so where you get stuff like this. Okay. Okay, so another little key center that you can do on this D major is using your first finger. So this one would be, this one doesn't sound too good if you really hold that one, but it sounds really cool when you do a quick little, okay? Kind of sounds like Copperhead Road or something like that. Okay, and you can do that without your second finger. It's going to really challenge your finger dexterity, like being able to activate one finger and then the other, but also keep them all pressed down and things like that. And so let me just jam on the D chord, and we're going to activate basically all the moves for each one of these fingers. But really, the third finger is not doing much at all, is it? It's really just staying hooked in here. But check it out. So we got, so by three fingers, I mean your first finger, second finger, and then adding on that pinky. Okay, so all kinds of awesome magical moves that you can do with that D major, right? So let's move on. We get the next chord in Neil Young's Old Man. We got F major, okay? So let's talk about some moves that you can do with this. And probably the first one right out the gate that you want to do and get a grip on is your pinky finger. Look, it's just hanging out. It's just waiting to get added. Check it out. So you can hook that up right along the 3rd fret on each one of the strings. So just try the high E string, try putting the pinky finger on the B string, and then the G string, and then back to the F major. Okay, so that little sequence would sound like this. Okay? And so a lot of those moves you can find in songs like The Wind Cries Mary by Jimi Hendrix. Okay? So those kind of moves. So again, hammer-ons. It's hard to get control of your pinky finger too. And then there's pull-offs. And then, of course, a combination of the two, hammer-ons and pull-offs. Okay, and of course, don't forget about some of these inversion chords that you can do, or sorry, not inversion chords, but slash chords, in the sense that where you can do a C over F, which sounds a lot fatter than your F chord. So if you kind of hate the sound of your F chord, it sounds a little bit thin, okay, and maybe you don't quite have bar chords ready to go, or maybe it just doesn't work in this particular song, well, what you can do is just do a C over F. Okay, that's a power move right there. Just, it makes this into, right? It sounds just a little bit more powerful, right? And then also, for those people that are looking for an advanced move, you can see my thumb is on the 1st fret. There's an F major bar chord, so a lot of people know it like this. Okay, but you can totally fret it like a C over F with your thumb hitting the root note. So I go for this chord all the time, and I actually have created lessons on the death of the bar chord. So anyways, and now here's my favorite F major chord move is this guy right here. That sound right there. So the very first thing there that you're going to want to know is when you get the F major chord, just take off your second finger. It turns it into an F major with an added 9. The G string is ringing open now. Okay? Kind of a cool sounding chord, especially when you start alternating between just taking your second finger on and off. And of course, again, you can do the hammer-on and pull-offs with that. So so those are some F major chord moves that you can do, okay? So let's move along. We've got our C major to talk about now, okay? Kind of the go-to move. You know, you can definitely add on your pinky finger, okay? I think that's an Eagles move. I forget which song. But anyways, so definitely hit those ones. But you'll notice that as soon as you do that one, that turns it into a C dominant 7. So you wouldn't really hear it too much like... I mean, it's kind of cool. But usually if you're jamming on a C major chord, it's either going to be C major or dominant. You don't really switch too much between the two like that. But hey, there's no rules in music. You can do what you want. But anyway, so then another power move is to put the pinky finger right in behind your C major chord like that, okay? So it's really similar to the F major chord in that sense, just adding on the pinky. You get it free. There's a whole another finger to do all kinds of stylistic stuff with your chords. So F major and C major are great examples on how you can do that. But my favorite C major power move is going to be really similar to the F major again, with this second finger, okay? Open D string, okay? And then, but you have a little extra space now. You can go open G and then the second fret of the G. So it's almost like this little scale pattern. So we got open D second fret and then open G second fret. And down the scale too. So you can kind of go up the scale. There's something really kind of musical about that, and it's because all those notes are part of the C major scale. And so we're playing a C major chord, so naturally maybe a C major scale might sound good with the C major chord. So that's kind of what's happening there. So we're just going... find little patterns in there and little riffs and stuff like that. So when I'm hitting that C major chord, again, a lot of those hammer-ons and pull-offs sound super sweet as well. Okay, and so that's hitting two strings at the same time. So I'm hitting like my G string and B string, and then hammering into my G string. Okay, so again, I'm hitting my G string and B string on my right hand. And then you can do D string and G string and hammering in on the D string. Okay? So something that really builds a lot of tension and melody and just kind of adds more music into the chords that you're already playing. Okay? So you can see that when, and you probably noticed this, and let me know if you have a song that you know that does this, but sometimes a song will just lay on one chord, and maybe the actual strum pattern is like this. Right? It's just like locks into one chord. And sometimes for a guitar player, especially if you play live, and playing a gig tomorrow night, you know, and so I do this stuff all the time. So if you play a song over and over and over, you're going to kind of get bored of doing that. Just playing the most simple thing and just like doing the exact same thing over and over and over. So you can create more excitement for yourself, but also, and hopefully make it better for your listeners as well. But so instead of going... Nothing wrong with that, right? It sounds good. But I might, if I'm playing the same song night after night, I might kind of opt in for something like this. You know what I mean? It just sounds more exciting, okay? So those are some C major ideas, okay? And just before we go to the G major, just maybe you heard me play this lick. So that's like kind of that classic country lick. So you'll find that right in there. So open D, hammer on to the D string 2nd fret, open G string, repeat. Okay, so, and when we move to the G chord, when you play it in either or fretting hand, like you can see I'm playing my G chord in 2 ways, exact same chord, just a different approach, depends on what's going on, and I use both of these chords. But check it out, that lick that we just talked about, you can do it right on your G chord. Okay, so there it is. So open A string, hammer on, open D string. Okay, and again, it works for this fretting as well. So just if you strum out the chord, and then you can just pick those notes. Okay, and speaking about a little scale pattern, you might recognize this song. Well, what's happening there in that song is it's just going up a G major pentatonic scale, okay? So we're going, strum out the G, you can hit, or just hit the root note, that G note, and then just start climbing up. So open A, 2nd fret, open D, 2nd fret, open G, 2nd fret. You know, it's not rocket science. So there's some great little melody ideas that you can do. And then of course, again, you just want to add in those hammer-ons, pull-offs, a mixture of hammer-ons and pull-offs. And you can hit 2 strings and do those as well. So that's 2 strings at a time, right? So I'm going D and G strings, and hitting the 2nd fret of the D, 2nd fret of the A. Okay, and you can do it 1 note at a time. There's that lick we talked about. Okay. I love that song, Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. Not only do I just love the song, but I love teaching it as a guitar teacher because it's such a great little melody there. And just, especially when you make that connection and that similarity between the G chord here. Okay, and those notes. And just realizing that it's just a G major chord and just going up a G major pentatonic, or a lot of people think of it as an E minor pentatonic scale, same chord, pretty much. Anyways, and then that solo is so great to learn because you learn all these great licks, and again, both in E minor pentatonic and G major pentatonic. So okay, all that stuff. And that, just learning that solo for myself has really helped me play some licks and solos and stuff like that. And just learning those licks has really helped me. So guys, now if we circle back to Old Man by Neil Young, we've got all kinds of great chordal ideas, chordal tricks that we can apply to those chords of in Old Man. And instead of going like this, and again, there's nothing wrong with that. And you definitely want to get there with your chording and your chord switching. But we can start doing some cool things like this. And I'll just jam on it for a second and switch it up pretty much every time. And I think you'll agree that it just sounds more musical, more pro. And I'm not like really doing anything crazy or outlandish. It's just, I've just practiced some of these licks inside of these chords, okay? So they're kind of like chordal licks, right? All right, guys, so that's what I had planned for you today. Let me know. What do you think of this lesson? Do you get some new chordal licks going on? Now's the time to stop playing guitar and write me a comment. Let me know what you thought. And do let me know while you're typing up comments, hey, let me know if you have any guitar questions. Do you want me to go over a particular lick on one of these chords really quick? Hey, man, that's why we do these live lessons, right? Because there's some people that either don't know that we do the one-on-one lessons where we can actually see you and help you in real time make adjustments and stuff like that. We do that with students all over the world, right? We've got students in Australia, all over North America and Europe. So time zones, they ain't a thing. Your schedule, we can fit you in. And so, yeah, so a lot of people don't know that that's something that we do and it's something that's possible. But then there's some people that can't afford it, and I get it. You know, of course, you're paying for a professional's time, and that costs money. So, so that's why we do these live lessons, is so that we can just help you guys out. Man, I know that there's a lot of people out there all over the world, and I've been really fortunate to have reached a lot of you guys. So first of all, high five for joining me on the call and hanging out with me today. I do appreciate it a lot. Of course, it sure makes this job a lot more fun when people are hanging out with me and digging in and getting some value out of what we're doing. So, so yeah, do let me know if you guys had any particular questions about guitar, and I'd be happy to answer those right here, right now. And just while those comments are coming in, I do want to let you know about a couple things that are happening here at Campfire Guitar Star. Of course, I mentioned the 5-minute guitar book, and man, it's a free book, free video course. The whole thing is valued at $150. You can just pay for the shipping of the book and get the book shipped right to your door. It's $10 for shipping. Okay, again, the whole system is free, or you can just get the video course, and that's totally for free. Of course, the book is a nice thing to have. Again, that's all over at campfireguitarstar.com. But what's really cool, and maybe you guys have seen some of the videos that we've been releasing lately, especially the last one, which is all about finding the time to play. Okay, a lot of people are struggling with motivation and you know, time and money, right? That's a big thing that holds a lot of people back from achieving their guitar goals and getting guitar into their life and in the way that they've always wanted to. So what we're doing is we're opening up our doors to accept a few more coaching students. And so, as mentioned, we do these one-on-one webcam lessons to students all over the world, and we have a few spots open right now. And so what we're doing is we're trying to get the word out there that it doesn't have to be one-sided where I'm just talking, you know, to myself in a room and I can't see you. So and again, what we do is we link up with students over Google Hangouts. We can see you and hear you perfectly. We've got an online collaborative document system where you can have all your homework, your tabs, your chords all neatly organized, accessible on all devices at any time. Of course, it's printable. And the big thing is you get a customized guitar plan, okay? You get an absolute tailored, customized guitar plan that's suited for you. And so wherever you're at on the guitar right now, okay, wherever you are, okay, maybe you're a beginner, maybe you're intermediate, maybe you're really struggling, maybe you're not really struggling, but you know that you can get better and you want to get better. Well, we take wherever you're at, okay, and then wherever you want to go. You want to play some Metallica, you want to play some Pink Floyd, you want to play Jimi Hendrix, you want to play electric, acoustic, blues, whatever it is, okay? And we bridge that gap for you. We make that customized guitar plan to bridge that gap from here, wherever you are right now, to the songs and styles that you really want to play. And quite simply, we bridge that gap for you with that customized guitar plan. And that's something really cool that we're doing at Campfire Guitar Star. And we've been doing that since 2012, believe it or not. Webcam lessons, they seem so futuristic. But again, we've had students that have happily done them since 2012. We've gotten awesome results. And believe me that if they weren't awesome, we would have stopped offering them a long time ago. You know, the internet's only getting faster. Webcams are only getting clearer and better. And we've been doing this for so long and have so much experience doing it. We know exactly how to set you up really quickly and to just help you get in the door and try 2 sessions for yourself. We're doing that for 59 bucks. So if you can scratch together 59 bucks, you can get 2 lessons, 2 1-hour sessions. Okay, so 2 hours in total time where you can sit down one-on-one with a pro guitar instructor to instantly build that customized guitar plan for you within 2 sessions. Okay, if you decide to continue, if you see the power in what's going on, then yeah, you can continue for 59 bucks per session. And there's all kinds of bonuses. You get access to all our courses with that. Okay, the all access pass, you're going to get $600 worth of our guitar lessons. You're going to have access to your teacher via instant messaging whenever you need advice. Maybe you want to send in a video, get some feedback. We have really simple, easy scheduling with no cancellation policy. We really try our best to accommodate busy people. If you need to change your lesson, we can sort that out for you. So look, this is a real deal opportunity for you to get better at the guitar. Okay, and I really truly believe that this is maybe the best way to learn guitar and really kind of get the guitar under your fingers in the way that you've always wanted, right? Because yeah, I can sit here in front of a video camera and do my best, but there's nothing that's going to beat really just sitting down with somebody and getting that pro one-on-one advice where you can get those tweaks done into your guitar playing right away. So I do hope to see that you take advantage of these one-on-one lessons and just try 2 sessions. If you don't want to do them, then after that, then that's fine. If you try out 1 session and you're like, dude, this sucks, it's the worst, we'll refund your money back plus an additional 10%. Okay, I just integrated this thing. It's 110% money back guarantee. Okay, so I'll give you more money, okay, in case you're not totally satisfied. Okay, so it's 59 bucks for 2 1-hour sessions. And you can find more about that at campfireguitarstar.com. And do get on the mailing list if you aren't already, because we got some great content coming out every single week, like these live lessons. So I'm going to just check through the comments here just to make sure that that you guys are rocking. What's up, Troy Zakowski? Cool. Darlene's got the book. Appreciate that, Darlene. Thanks very much. Okay, so Rick says it was a good one. Right on. Thanks, buddy. Robert's recommending the book as well. Cheers, guys. Steve Hunter says, cool, great stuff. Awesome. Yeah, so Steve is doing the one-on-one lessons. That's cool. So, man, that's awesome. We have a one-on-one student on the call today, and he's saying, Mike's one-on-one lessons are awesome and worth the investment. Cheers, buddy. I really appreciate that. A lot of people, they can't imagine that learning guitar over webcam is possible, and they don't want to spend the money, you know, at the hourly wage to do it. But man, it will get you playing the guitar faster than any other method. And you know, invest that 59 bucks in your guitar education. But even if you can just invest a couple of hundred, a few $100, man, you're going to be so much farther than you are right now. I promise you. Jude says, I like it. Just need to get my 3rd finger tougher to play the F. Fat sausage fingers. I know there's a lot of guitar players that struggle with that. Yeah, and Robert Cron has tried the one-on-one lessons as well. Cool. Bo Hansen started guitar a week ago. Yeah, buddy. That's awesome. Cheers. Steve Hunter says, don't be intimidated by the technology. This works phenomenally well. Awesome, buddy. Appreciate that a lot, man. It's cool to have a couple of a couple people attesting to what I'm saying, because look, I love YouTube. Like, who doesn't love YouTube? Everything from cat videos to Stevie Ray Vaughan live footage or whatever. It's just like the most amazing thing that we have access to, and a lot of people are getting access to my lessons, and I've got, you know, almost 4 million views on the YouTube channel, and it's so freaking cool. Like, I love doing this. And I just know that if for working individually, you're just going to get faster, more powerful, more potent results. So like I said, we would have stopped doing the webcam lessons a long time ago if they weren't totally worth it, totally convenient, and really powerful. So anyways, I appreciate Steve and Robert on the call. Let me know that you guys are out there and that you guys also agree. And Mike B just messaged me. We're going to link up tomorrow, and we're getting a new video up for you guys this weekend, all right? So stay tuned for that. Again, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. And we will catch you in the next lesson. Talk to you soon.